to be joined by a brand new guest over in Germany, and that is Jann-Harro Petersen. Jan, it's wonderful to have you. Please correct my pronunciation if I've got that wrong.
No, that's in English. I think it's correct. Jann-Harro Petersen.
It is wonderful to have you, and obviously, we are looking at what's been happening in Germany. You're a German farmer, and we in the UK have been watching the scenes unfold with the farmers fighting back against the control which you have faced. We've seen a similar thing in the Netherlands before, and this seems to be happening across Europe. But Jann-Harro, if maybe I can just ask you first of all to introduce yourself to our viewers. You're a new guest. Introduce yourself, your background, what does farming mean in Germany? So just let us know a little bit about yourself.
Yes, no problem. So you know my name already. I'm 46 years old. I'm married with my wife, Ines. Together we got 4 children. The oldest is 16 years old now. The middle is 13, and at least we got twins about 10 years. And as I say, all from our 4 children, each knows its gender. So you know what ride we will take now today. We got a dairy farm. We are milking 135 cows. We got also 50 sheep. The most of our farm is grassland based. Yeah, we are grazing in the summer. They are not in the you call it barn or cow sheet or yeah. Since February last year, we do it all to organic standard. Yeah, our governance is pushing organic standards, and yeah, we will do it the next 5 years, and then let's see what's going on. It's for us, for my family, it's a step to the side. It's not a step to the front for the farm. It's a step to the side, and see what's going on. And if we can do new plans, then we will get it in 5 years. So that's what we are doing here. Yes, and in Germany, it's we got a lot of problems. I'm something like you call it activist since 4 years. 2019, we got a big movement. We also went to Berlin with more than 10,000 tractors. This time we got something political program that we called in Germany. It's an agriculture package. It's a huge package of each laws, especially laws about the environment. Yeah, the insects going down. You farmer did it. We got problems with fertilizer and nitrification of the water. The farmers did it. We got problems with the climate. The farmers did it, and so on. So, and after it's now for 4 years of talking to the politician and also talking to the big food retail industry here in Germany, we got 4 big players. It's Aldi, it's Lidl, it's Rewe, and it's Edeka. So these 4 shares the market, and as a small farmer, or my milk is selling. So we only got 4 players there. That's not good. We call it oligopol. Yeah, nearly than monopol. So 4 years of talking.
Could I ask you just how did you get into just farming? Just before we jump into the activism side, were your parents farmers? Was it something you grew up in? So tell us how you begun farming.
Okay. I began farming 2005. I've got 6 years of education of farming before. And in Germany, we got 3 years. We call it dual system. It's a system about working, learning, school and working together. And also 3 years on studying extra. My family is here, this place, since 1870. So you must know, in 1870, we had a Danish king here, not a German. After 1870, we were German, the Kaiserreich, yeah, Wilhelm and so on. And after that, we got the Weimar Republic. And after that, we got the Nazi regime. And after that, we got the Germany as you know it now. So, and I think this kind of farming, this kind of family keeping is very, was ist denn? Resilienz. Yeah. How should I say it? And the governments are changing, but the farm is staying on, you know? Yeah. It's, very robust. Robust is the word, I think so.
Yeah.
So, and this, my father was farmer. My mother works outside the house as a teacher. And yes, I got a lot of joy of farming. I love the work with the animals, with the cows, with the weather, with spring, summer, autumn, winter. All these you got directly as a farmer. I love the smell of the earth when you're plowing. Yeah, I like the sound of the birds in spring. Yeah, you hear it. And it's a feeling that you are one with your environment. You're part of it. There's not the environment and me or my farm. It's one. Yeah, and that's why I love this job. Yeah, okay, it's much work. Yeah, perhaps 70, 60, 70 hours a week in the peak, maybe more. But when it's evening and the work is done, you know you have done your work and not drawing papers or reading nonsense or something like this. Yeah.
So how did you become an activist? It would be much easier just to keep at your job. You're doing an important job. You've got a family. You're linked with a community. Why begin to become an activist and stand up?
Yeah. So in the first time, there's at the education at Pharma, there's a slogan: grow or go away. So that's the translation of it. Yeah? So when you don't grow your farm up bigger and bigger, more and more and more, you have to close the door and go away. So, and that was the slogan, even from big lobby organizations. In Germany, the biggest is the Bauernverband of European. It's COPA. Yeah. And now we see, the way it stops. You can't grow. It doesn't work. So the first years of my farm, I did it also. And then you see, work is going more and more, and money goes more and more. You've got problems. So you have to pay back your credits and anything like else. And yes, you have to think over the concept. Where are we going? Of course, we got technologies. Yeah, you can use it. Digitalization is also a big theme here. Is it really useless? more as a question, or is it just a time wasting? Yeah. And yeah, so we didn't get the step for the next 5 years to the side, as I say to the start of this talk. And I really did in my community, we call it volunteering, yeah, as we got an organization of 300 farms to check up the data from the finance also. And I was a part of the board, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I knew all the economic data from my other farmers here, and I got any other volunteers jobs extra. So I've got a good overview what is going on in the parts. And I became an activist first because I want to have an option for my children to stay here, to take on the history of farming and the family. We have to put together the history and the future, and then it can be a good way. Yeah, the knowledge of the history of farming, especially when this put together with something what means future, the new things that are coming, then it's a good way, perhaps. But I see many farms in my community are closed. I got 2 neighbors. The last 10 years, you must know, in Germany, 42% of the pig farms closed the doors.
Wow.
42% in 10 years. And 36% of the dairy farms closed the doors. Yeah. Now we in Germany, 256,000 farms, but perhaps 120,000 are going to work outside the farm. Extra, yeah. And so I've got a lot of questions, also a lot of ideas how we can we do it in the future. I have many ideas about the solutions for our problems. Yeah? And so I became an activist. It's not the problem. Oh, I'm boring at home, so I sit in my bureau, think, well, what can I do tomorrow? Maybe be an activist. No, that's not the thing. I want a future, and yeah, many of my friends, the family history is much deeper. We go back to 1800, 1500. I knew one goes back to 1200. So we got a history of 800 years. The farm in the hands of one family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let me bring up. I just want to play a short, 30-second video. What's been happening there in Germany, and then show a picture. So let me just play this. Let me play this video first. That's just a silent video, so just watch this. Maybe you can talk us through. This is some of the roads which have been blocked. So tell us, looking at this image, what has been happening?
Yeah, that was what now is happening. The main theme is in front is the high of the tax of our gas or diesel. Yeah, in Germany, is it so that we till last year we don't have to pay tax in full high, and now they said, oh, you have to pay the full tax. In other countries in Europe, they pay much less. So this and the thing also taxes about our tractors. Yeah? In Germany, is it so? We have no maut, yeah, but we have to pay taxes about our cars and so on, and it's for the streets. The politicians told us it's for the streets. So, and now I'm a farmer. I've got a tractor. How much time does a tractor work on the street?
Well, here is a picture. Here is what has been happening, and tell us how this came about, because to do this, you need to take time off work. You talked to us about how many hours you put in. Farming is a very hard, tough business. And to do this, you need to take time away from that. So tell us about what this has been like, that kind of connection, I guess, with other farmers all standing together.
Yeah, the connection of the farmers started 2019. Yeah, so I've got huge collections all over Germany. I've got the connections to Bayern as Munich. I've got connections to the what we call Eastern Germany. Yeah, it's Leipzig, Dresden, and so on. Connections. Yeah, also to the west. It's near to the border of the Dutch. Yeah, and this connecting. This is yeah. This network is also already grown about 4 years. Yeah, and so we are fast. We are very good connected, and if we say so, we will do this or that with tractors on the street or any other. It can start very fast. So, and we do it all under the law. Yeah, it's normally it's not illegal. Yeah, it's okay. We do it also in the connecting with the police. Yeah, the police now is on our side because we are true people. We are true talking, and the police understand. Yeah, we are different to the people in cities. We are other kind of people. Yeah, they understand it exactly. And what we now see is that, and that is new, and that is important. We at first we drove for the tax of the tractors, the tax of the gas. Yeah, okay. But what we need in Germany is a switch of the politician. That is what we need. Yeah, and we are the farmers. Yeah, we were now first who tries to stand up and say, okay, till here, the point, stop, and then do a 180 and go into the other side. And it's not it's equal which politician party is on top. Yeah, we need to change the style of politics here. Yeah, we have to look what we are interested in, what are the interests of our country. Yeah, and in Germany it's was heißt denn schwierig? It's a difficult discussion when you say, oh, I'm a German. Of course, I'm interested in German interests. Yeah. So, and if we got that ready, we can look what are other interests. If you say that, oh, you have to look what words do you take for this. Yeah. After that, it's very fast that they called you to the right party or you're a Nazi. Yeah, Nazi is even after 80 years also a problem. Okay, I think it's less than 1% of the population here, but you really can call Nazi from the thoughts they have. But in the mainstream media, the political discussion, it's very fast. You got it in the right corner. Yeah. So
tell us about the media coverage, because here in the UK, we have seen it online, on alternative media, on Twitter, on video platforms. And many of the videos have millions and millions of views. So the message is getting out. But I think we talked yesterday about looking at the Guardian or newspapers, and they don't even mention it. It's as if nothing is happening. So tell us about how the media kind of can get the message out, and that the mainstream, the traditional media, and then on the other side, an alternative media.
Yes. After the start of all this, of all this, what we did on the street, there was one point the Minister of Economics and Climate at us, Robert Habeck. He 80 kilometers from my home. He took a ferry back to the land, and then there were 300 farmers waiting for him and go talking to him. So, and then it was about 3 or 4 hours, were very friendly atmosphere, no problems. And then were 3 or 5 people who pushed the others. Yeah. And then there was a little bit trouble. It's about 20 seconds trouble there. Yeah. And in the media, the right people, Germany call it Reichsbürger. Yeah. That are people who believe we must go back to 1871. That's nonsense, but in the media, they wrote so. And of course, if you are Minister for Economic and you're on holiday, come back with a ferry to the land and 300 farmers waiting and shouting, yeah, it's not comfortable. Is it not? But when the situation for us is also not comfortable, yeah. And so, yeah, you have to take. That's one problem. And the main thing is now, and that is what is new. There are not only farmers on the street. You can say the middle class of economics. Yeah, here in Germany, the little and the middle economics are on the street now. Yeah, the roofer, the carpenter. Also the hunters, yeah, the hunters also many new laws that because hunting, yeah, we got a big problem here with the wolves, yeah. In Germany we got 3,000 wolves now. In Sweden it's 350.
Wow,
over 3,000. We are not allowed to shoot them. Yeah, it's an everyday massacre on the grassland every day. Yeah. So all these people are going on the street now. And till now, the media is talking about farmers. So, but it's more. So we have to take the wave, to get up the wave and ride it. The wave is coming now, so we have to do it now. For in the best case, for changing the style of politics in Germany. Yeah.
Well, tell us on Monday. We're doing this Wednesday, a day before it goes out. Monday was a big action day. And of course, you're taking this issue into the cities because many countries have a division between the cities and the countryside. And many of the politicians simply want to ignore you and pretend this doesn't exist. But when you take convoys of tractors into Berlin and you say, we are here. So tell us about that action day on Monday and about getting the attention of politicians.
Yes, on Monday it was, I think, the biggest action you've ever seen, the bigger campaign you've ever seen. And the report of the big organization, of the big lobby organization here from the Bauernverband, the report from Monday, they're writing about 100,000 tractors.
Wow.
And you have to count on all these people who are not farmers, who have not a tractor. There were many vans, there were many called Sprinter, they were also on the street. This comes on top. Yeah. In Munich, there were 5,000 tractors. In Hamburg, there were 3,000 to 4,000 tractors. In Kiel, where I was, because I come from Schleswig-Holstein, and there were 2,000 tractors and others. Yeah, and so in the reporting in the media, it's, oh, have a look at Munich, oh, have a look at Hamburg, oh, have a look at Kiel, have a look at Berlin, have a look at Leipzig, but they don't take in media the overview. What is going on in the whole of Germany? How many people is it? How big is it? That's the theme now. So what we have to do is to close our shoulders to the others, middle economics, and then the media can take the look away. I think so.
And what support has there been from politicians? I'm kind of assuming, being very political in the UK and watching what's happening in Germany. Obviously, AfD are doing very well in the polls. I'm assuming there's a lot of fear amongst the government that this will, this common sense will actually help the other side. I mean, tell us about that, the support from politicians.
Yeah, okay. The politicians, very fast, as we started with the protest, the politicians took back one of the new orders. They took back to tax our tractors. So, okay, that's a way. And then they told us the tax of our gas, we'll do it over 3 years, 1 year, 40%, 30%, 30%. And then you will be full tax. Okay, that's very, very fast. The main problem in Germany is that they can't can't hold the money together. Yeah. Our Minister of Money is Christian Lindner from the FDP. You must know, in Germany now, all the people, all the taxes are going to, in English, it's 1 trillion. 1 trillion taxes a year in Germany. And now they say, oh, we don't have enough money, so we have to look there. And then they are, first time they want to do it with new credits. And then the court in Germany says, stop. You got the you got the law that you can't get any credits, so on. And so they stop it. They need for the transformation a lot of money. Yeah, we don't have atom energy, electric, so you have to need a lot of money to windmills. We do solar panels. We do some electric transformation. You need a lot of money. So, and now we've got a tax income for the state of 1 billion, and they say, "Oh, we don't have enough money." So, and yeah, yes, and that's the problem. And then you go to farmers. We are, I've also said, 250,000 farmers, and you say, "Oh, let's have 1 billion from the farmers extra." And the way we say, no way, stop it here, turn off, do a 180, go back and do your homework. And when you've done your homework and have a look at your own at your own population, then we can talk about it. That's the main problem. So they for the green transformation, where does that's the main question. So, and we have to, yeah.
I want to go on to the climate change side, but just, I think lastly, the Germans are not known for this kind of protest. Same in Britain, we're not known. It's normally the French that will get angry and they will stand up. So it obviously, you have been pushed very far to actually have come to this situation, because this fight back is not a normal, natural response. Am I correct?
Yes, no, yes, no. There's my normally language is German, but we got also another language here in the north of Germany, it's Plattdeutsch. Yeah.
Okay.
Wenn wir Plattdeutsch schnacken, das ist meist so Englisch. Das hört sich so ähnlich an, so wenn ich ganz genau dazu. Yeah. So it's a little bit as English, but not the same. Yeah. It's a very, very old language. And there's a slogan, Lever dood as slaaf. Yeah. And that means rather dead than a slave.
Wow.
It's 500, 600, 700 years old, that slogan, yeah, in this language. And that means we don't pay taxes to the church anymore. Yeah? It's a same theme, and finally. So that's in the north of Germany. In the south, it's another culture protest maybe, but we got not such a long history as one country, as one nation, as other countries, as France. France got a very long history. The UK got a very long history. German's history possibly started 1800. Yeah. After Napoleon, it started really. Yeah, as one nation from the north to the south, from the west to the east. It's not such a long history. So I'm a German, but I feel as a North German. Yeah. So yes, I agree. It takes a long time till some people in Germany say so. It's enough is enough. Mm-hmm. But I also think when the people stand up, they do it to the end. Yeah, that's my hope. That's my hope. Yeah.
I want to go on because you sent me some data and looking at why this is happening, because this is not just in Germany. Obviously, we had it across the way there in the Netherlands, in Holland, and it's a wider program and a full-on attack. And these are some of the. This is one of the graphs you sent over. This is from the IPCC, the UN Climate Change Organization, that wants us to eat bugs and says that we are the problem. The carbon is the problem. And here it's looking at different scenarios of heating, where on the left it's from 0 to 5 degrees C, and the bottom is from 1950 to 2100. Talk to us about this, because this seems to be what lies behind this climate change agenda, this net zero. So talk to us about that.
Yeah. So it's when we have to take a look to what's going on here, I think it's a good thing to take 2 steps back and have an overview. So, and an overview also because of the last 1 or 2 or 3 decades. Yeah. And then you have a picture. There is a picture. And the main thing now in Europe is the European Green Deal, and for the farmers, the Farm Forest Strategy. And what is it based on? The Green Deal is based on the Agenda 2030. You can read it in every paper. And Agenda 2030 is based on Agenda 2010, and this is based on nearly Club of Rome, and so you can go back. So you got a picture. And now we take a step to now what's going on here. With the Green Deal, we got for example, the Nature Restoration Law. The Nature Restoration Law says we have to go 20-30% of the land and do it to national parks. We have to do 20-30% of the sea and do it in national parks. And finally, there's no human economics wanted in these parks. If you can live there, I don't know, but that is not good for us. So where should we go? Should we all go to the cities? Why? What should we eat? Yeah. What's our what's our life in the future, yeah, with all this. And also we got the concentration of climate and of carbon dioxide. But the whole environment is much more than this. Yeah, of course we have to look that the water is good. Yeah, and there's no nitrification in the water. It's normal. Yeah, we have to look that the air is clear. Yeah, it's normal. I can understand it. But the focus only on carbon dioxide, it's not logic, in my opinion. It's yeah. Not fully nonsense, but there's a lot of nonsense, and it goes about a lot of money. So I think so. And I will give you an example where you can have a look how it goes from the top to the bottom. Here, all the politicians say, no, it goes from the bottom to the top, and you have to say, what do you want the next 20, 30 years? But yeah, this example, we in Germany are very much talking about about the box, yeah, and they are now telling us you have to let the water in the box. You don't have to go the water out. So if you don't go the water out, it's normally you can't have any cattle there. Yeah, you can produce milk. That's that's a problem. And they do calculations about that, and we call it falsification of balance sheets. That's what's going on. So these calculations are not correct in our eyes. And for example, you got the IPCC reports every 5 years, every 4 years, and from these huge reports, you got some for the policy decision makers. Yes, there are summaries for policy makers. Yeah, these summaries are about 30, 40, 50 sides of paper, very short. And about the water, these summaries are telling the politicians, so you have to take and you got the picture, the RCP 8.5. Yeah, can you do yes, it's a scenario from the from top, the highest scenario. In the year 2100, we'll have plus 4 to 5 temperature. We will have a carbon dioxide ppm about 1,400. We will have a high from the ocean about 1 meter. And okay, you can say, oh, they are ill in the mind anyway. But now this is going into the state planning here in our country. Yeah, and when we have to overplan it, of course, it's a good idea all 50 or 70 years to make any ideas, new ideas. How can we go the water out the next 50 years? Yeah, overthinking that is a good idea, but overthinking that with this RCP 8.5, that's not a good idea. Yeah, and that comes out in my country here, Schleswig-Holstein. It is 20% of the land. 20% of the land, and the government said, "Oh, it's very expensive to stay the people here. It's very expensive to get water. Maybe it's better the people are going back out of this country." That is the discussion now, and yeah, the main theme is it's going on from the IPCC to the governance in Berlin, from Berlin to the governance in Kiel, and then in the state planning, and then we have to go back on the really decision Ebene, where we take the decisions. At least the people here can have a word to say yes or no but there's so much input from the top, so they say, oh yeah, okay, we won't stay in the right corner. We don't take a word against the carbon dioxide propaganda. So and we will leave, at least. And the second idea is these land in the bucks, they are telling us now, oh, get off the cattle and take solar panels on it. 20% of the peatland with solar panels. That's nonsense. So what should we eat in the future? That's a question. The question is also, is globalization a good idea for farming? Yeah, for agriculture, for industry, perhaps it is. Is it for agriculture? What should we produce? You must know in Germany there is a very less fruit and vegetables, because we have to pay the employers very high. So fruit and vegetables come from outside in there. In February, when you take it from 1st January, February the 20th, we are ready with our own fruit, our own vegetables. The rest of the year, it comes outside when you make it by the balance. So then you can see you got on the top the agenda with the Sustainable Development Goals. You have the goals, maybe the goals for the climate. Then you have the IPCC to take the goals for the climate. You have the reports for the politicians. The reports from the politicians goes to the governance. The governance goes down to the at us it's in Bundesland Schleswig-Holstein, and then in the state planning. And now we're sitting here thinking, what's up? So and this takes a long way. They started with the planning about 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Now it's coming to us, and we have to take a decision what we will do now. Will we accept it? Will we say no? What exactly will we do? And this discussion we have to take. Yeah. So I hope you, in this example, I hope you can understand a little bit what.
Yeah. No. Problem. Yes, I can understand the problem, and maybe just the final point is Germany is fairly. Well, you've got states, and there is that very much local control, local politicians, local say, and then you've got the national side. I think probably much more than the UK have. Those regions, that is going to cause a clash, isn't it, between the state control and the government, because there'll be many states with the change in elections that say, actually, farming is good. We want to support farmers. We want to support these people. And how is that going to play out, do you think, that clash between the state political side and the national?
Yeah, I've been an activist for 4 years. I've been talking to many politicians, to many NGOs, also Greenpeace, WWF, etc. We have also in Germany. Why is it impossible to get a consensus with these people? We are talking and talking and talking. It's impossible to get a consensus. What is the problem? And I think the problem is the worldview. My worldview and the worldview of farmers is we got a people-led worldview. Yeah, the anthroposism worldview. And the others, politicians, especially from the Green Party or from the NGOs, sees the people in the land as a disruptive factor for the environment. They are thinking people are no good for the planet. They think we have too much people on the planet. We have to degrow population. And I have no thought like that. But if you have those thoughts, it's logic what's going on. Yeah, we are now taking taken down our economics in Germany. We are taking down our farms. We've got national parks new. We want some land out of using. If you got this worldview, it's logic, isn't it? It is. And our worldview is another. And so we must have a little look at the farms, especially at farms which are over 100 years in the hand of the families. Yeah. So I will take it as a question finally. See, we got a UN Declaration on the Rights of Persians, and in Article 5, we got rights to access natural resources. And let me say it as a question: are these families and at these farms are they indigenous? Are they, or are indigenous only people south of the globe? So, and what are our rights? Can they take off the people from this land? Is it possible? In Germany, we got a especially climate law since 2019, and also here's the question: can they take off the people from the land with the climate law? Yeah, that's a big point. So, we will see. Our target for the next weeks is to put together the movements, from the farmers and from the middle and the less economics, and so we will see what we can do for a change in the art of politics here in Germany. Yeah.
Well, Jann-Harro, thank you so much for your time. It's fascinating what's happening. It's exciting to see the pushback against this level of control, and we are cheering you on here in the UK, hoping you have huge success and stop any of these reforms coming through. So thank you so much for taking the time today and talking to us.
Yeah, thank you for being here, and thank you to the audience.